что любые попытки повлиять на ситуацию силой.
I want to stress that any efforts to influence the situation in Syria through direct military intervention is doomed to fail and will entail inevitable hard humanitarian consequences.
Принятого на прошлой неделе министрами иностранных дел стран.
Putin made the remark in a joint news conference with European Union leaders after the Russia-EU summit. The Russian president said the move will only worsen the situation in the crisis-hit country. Putin also slammed the decision by the EU to remove a ban on arms sales to the insurgents fighting the government of Syrian President Bashar al-Assad. The 27-member European bloc, pushed by Britain and France, decided in late May to start selling weapons to the armed groups in Syria. The Russian president tried to show that the EU's move goes against international resolutions. Putin reviewed history to tell Britain that it should come to its senses.
First of all, as you know, just now by Britain's initiative, an international document or agreement about not supplying weapons to the non-government formations has been passed in the United Nations. We proceed from this that all UN member states will join this. Today, they are observing the laws and principles that have been proposed by our British partners. Also, perhaps I'm mistaken, but it was in the 1980s that the same document was passed by the European Union that states somehow the same thing, that is, not supplying weapons to the warring regions of the world. Perhaps this is not a legally binding document, but it serves as a moral base to work upon in this painful sphere.
Foreign-backed militants in Syria have attacked the Russian embassy in the capital, Damascus. Reports say a number of Syrian civilians have been killed and several others injured. No further details are available yet. Meanwhile, the Syrian army has retaken control of a strategic area around Damascus. The area was used by insurgents to launch their strikes on the capital. Syrian media say government forces have foiled an attempt to infiltrate the suburbs of Homs from the Lebanese border. The Syrian army also killed a number of militants as they were fleeing from the flashpoint town of Qasr and destroyed their vehicles.